So let's begin with the prayer. Sit erect, relax, gently close your eyes. I'll be chanting the prayer. You can follow, listen to this prayer. Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. Guru-Brahma Guru-Vishnu Guru-Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Feel this prayer in your entire body and mind. With a beautiful smile, gently open your eyes. So, yes, Bhavit, I'm really happy to join you on this session. And I think we can start without wasting much time.
So it's very invoking the thoughts also like to begin the discussion. And I believe this discussion would help from the first person who will listen to the end of the whole session. So I would like to have few questions with you in this whole discussion. So I would like to start with first question of mine, that how do we see the effects of moving from academic life to the workforce on an individual social relationship and a feeling of isolation, how like being no unknown setting impact on individual health while you change from academic life to professional life?
Yeah. So most of us, we have gone through this phase who are interacting on this platform. And of course, the discussions that we are going to have will definitely help those students who have recently graduated and looking out for the job. Now, this particular phase, how it will affect the social relationships and feeling of isolation. This depends on various factors, like the person, the student, how the student has been brought up, what was the environment, what was the psychological makeup, is our family background in which they have been brought up. All these factors will have an effect. And when we look at today's context, we see different categories of students. Some from medical background, some from technical background, some from science, commerce, arts, business. So different set of people, different set of students graduating every year. And if you look at our India, there will be a huge number of students who are in this particular phase.
Yes.
And this affect what will happen to their social relationship, whether they will be feeling isolated. This depends on, again, various factors. Say, for example, since I am from medical background, most of the medical students, we used to join a medical college which is far away from our hometown. Whereas for engineering students, again, engineering also, the technical or the professional courses, they might be moving out. Few others like science, arts background, they may be starting their education within their hometown itself. There the environment is very familiar. So they have gone through the familiar environment from the childhood till they complete their graduation. And now, when they are moving away, once they have completed, they are moving to a professional life. Many times, they may feel like fish out of water because they have never come out of their house. They have a social background, social atmosphere within their family. But suddenly, if they have to move out, say for example, we don't expect that I'll be getting my job in my hometown. I may have to leave my city. I may have to go to a different city, and sometimes I may have to go to a different state where I don't know the people, I don't know the culture, their social customs, traditions. Nothing I'm aware. It's all like suddenly it is a surprise for me, right? In that situation, definitely yes, there can be a period of uh, isolation, and I feel socially isolated, and no friends, no relatives to interact. That can have a really great significant effect. And again, it depends on the student, whether the student is an introvert or an extrovert. And again, when I use this word introvert and extrovert, I'm not saying this person is better, this person is inferior. No, that is not the point. Extrovert, they are capable of adjusting to a different environment, maybe in a fast way. They'll be able to quickly adapt to the situations. Whereas the introvert, they may take little more time, but it is seen that even the introvert, given an opportunity, they are able to adjust to the new environment and go through the life, go through the professional life very well. But of course, initial phase, there will be a feeling of fish out of water. This can happen among the students who have been in the familiar environment, familiar surrounding, family background, or the known background from the childhood till they complete their graduation. Whereas in case of those students who have joined professional courses and moved out of their hometown, this particular feeling of isolation, feeling of social isolations can occur early in their life, and during the course of professional life, they have learned the art of engaging in those particular things. So obviously, yes, these are certain factors which we need to look at, which can have an effect on their social relationships, as well as they can feel sense of isolation, which again, which might be a short lived, or it may take more time depending on the situation. Yeah.
So I believe it takes their own perceptions also with each and every students. But I believe that whatever points you have covered have all the points are there in that answers. Like what are the points which we should take care, even if we are aware of those things.
Yes.
So I would have another questions because of this. Okay, what are the health impacts experienced in this period between the completing education and pursuing or securing employment, which is a very thin line difference. Completing education and then again you just have to go for securing employment. So how do you see that, sir?
So when you say that health effects, uh, again, it depends on how long the student uh, takes time, or how long the situation is such that once the student completes the course, graduation, and then the time at which he gets an employment opportunity. If that is short, it may not have much health effects, but if it is long, then definitely it can have a significant impact. And here we will have a short discussion on this. Like anybody, any student who is completing his graduation, first and foremost thing is there is an anxiety. Oh, what kind of job I may get? Where will I be placed? Whether I have to move out of this town, whether I have to leave my parents, leave my family background, leave my friends, right? So this will be there. Previously, he was in a very planned environment. Any professional course, it is there is structured pattern, and the student is used to it, used to that schedule from the morning. Okay, I need to get up at this time. I may have to study my course and then attend to my college lectures, practical sessions, postings, internship, come back, maybe I'm involved in some physical activity or sports. So that is a very packed or a streamlined or a planned schedule which the student is going through. Suddenly when he moves out, that is over. There is no teacher, no lecturer who will be holding a stick and trying to deal with you. Of course, that is not a reality now. No teacher holds a stick. That is, I think, gone into history. So, after that, you're totally free. You may feel liberated. Sometimes so much of liberty immediately coming out of it. Again, the person is not aware what to do. What shall I do till I get my job? Okay, person may sit and start applying to the different jobs scenarios. That's okay. But obviously, there will be a stress element. There will be an anxious element because I'm worried about future. What will happen? Where will I get? Where do my friends get? Another important thing. right?
Yes,
So we have seen this anxiety or stress, a certain amount is required. We call it as eustress. It should not get into distress. Zero stress is also not very, uh, what you say, very much appreciated. The person may become lazy. There is no work, no thinking, then the person may fall lazy. Some amount of stress or anxiety is required. You need to think about my future. The student should think about the future and work. But when it exceeds a certain limit, then this mind, we call in today's world, you might have heard about psychosomatic illness.
yes,
Students are aware because see, the thinking pattern, the stress levels in the mind that can affect the physical body. Soma is body, psych means related to the mind. Whatever changes, thought process that I am entertaining, that will have an effect on my physical. And if you look at WHO definition of health, health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental, social, and
spiritual.
spiritual well-being, not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. Right? It affects so even social, mental. So that's why when I say mental, it can have a significant effect on the physical health. So thereby the body may feel less confident, little tremors. It depends again, depends on the different individuals, how the student has been brought up. There might be students who are very, for whom it is very easy to go through this particular phase, right? That way that we will discuss further, right? So as I said, it can have an effect on physical health. First is mental, then it comes to the physical level as well. If the person is too much stress and not getting into any activity, he may become nervous, more raised heartbeat, he may feel palpitation, right? Associated other physical symptoms, are totally unaware what to do, become lazy. Again, laziness will have its own physical effect. These are all interlinked. Mind affecting the body, body affecting the physical body affecting
Mind.
the mind. So this goes on. And social, we have seen there might be a social isolation. They may feel isolated. A spiritual, we will discuss little later because spiritual often it is equated with religious practices. Person who is in brought up in one particular state, one particular culture, suddenly moves out into a different culture, the person may feel, what is this? Trying to understand what is it, why it is so different. So that is not actually spirit, that is religious. We'll come to it later, right? And of course, during this, I would like to point out to three important factors which are very essential to maintain the health during this transition. One is most important is food or dietary habits, exercise or the physical activity, and the third is the mindset. Food, diet pattern, what kind of foods I am consuming, which will have a direct effect on the physical body and also it can affect the mind. Then the physical activity, most important, exercise, and the mindset. We'll discuss that.
So I believe you have covered so many things in this question also that the value and importance of circadian rhythm, which was trained in our professional career when we are in the college, but we were not told that it is a circadian rhythm that we are building. But when we shift, we lose that rhythm in our career or in our daily life, and that's how things have transitioned from that phase to this phase. So I believe because of these questions, I have another one to be like framed one thing. So how do you see that spiritual practices, not as a religious one, I am again taking in this manner. Okay, spiritual practices support individuals or enhance resilience when adjusting to new work or living environment or relocating to a different city. How these are going to help an individual. And I believe you might have faced the same thing in your career. And how you have deal with that?
Yeah. So first of all, thank you so much for that bringing the technical term circadian rhythm. Yeah. So you have nailed it. So
Thank you.
further to this question, how the spiritual practices will help an individual to deal with the situation, whether it will help to enhance the resilience. Yes. Anything, when we look at these words, different words, as students, when we are into professional course, degree courses, for every word, our teacher has taught us the actual meaning. And from that meaning, when we understand that meaning, our perception towards that word has changed. Similarly, the word spiritual or spirit is often used interchangeably at multiple places. As I said, it is mostly equated with religious practices. And only maybe one particular, for those who are following one particular religion or spiritual. No. Fine. In the initial phases, I say the religious practices, whatever the people are in, if it is properly understood and practiced, that will help the individual to gain the eligibility to understand the spirituality. Okay. So now that we will keep it as a separate thing. What is spiritual? We need to understand. Everybody says, I am spiritual. Oh, I go to church, I go to mosque, I don't go to temples. I'm spiritual. And even if you have seen, like, especially when in matrimony sites. So my son or my daughter is very spiritual. He goes to temple, he goes to church. That's fine. We accept it. There's nothing wrong. So everybody, whoever, whichever faith, whichever belief system they are into, they are doing that fine. Thing is spiritual. When I say visual, what is understanding? Related to vision. We'll try to understand the word spiritual.
Yes, sir.
AL, that is the suffix. Suffix means related to. Visual, related to the vision. Similarly here, when I say spiritual, it is related to spirit. Next question is, what is the spirit? Like I call Atma, Jivatma, Paramatma, whatever it is. In simple understanding, it is the pure or the absolute consciousness which pervades the entire world, and that is spirit. Spiritual is related to this spirit, this knowledge. Person who is having this knowledge, and that pure consciousness is myself. That's why it is said self-knowledge, right?
Yes, sir.
So this spiritual means related to the spirit, and one who is oriented or making effort to know what is this pure consciousness, and later on discovering that it is nothing but my own true self, which is pure, untainted, all pervading, absolute consciousness. It's a bigger they say philosophy. Even if you look at quantum physics, it's coming out with these kinds of discussions, consciousness studies. So you are aware of those consciousness studies.
Yes, sir.
Now, how the spiritual, once if the person is having this, yes, the person has at least listened to during your student life, we don't expect everybody to get enlightened on receiving. They say Tatvamasi, Tatvamasi Shwetaketu, Tatvamasi Naveen. You say, I don't get immediately enlightened. I need a lot of preparation. At least through some teacher, some guru, if person is able to intellectually understand what is the meaning of this, what is the purpose of life, who am I, asking this question, right? And trying to find the answer. If some intellectual understanding is there, that is a great relief. That is what is spiritual. Then in that process, the person, the student will understand, anybody will understand. There is one entity known as pure consciousness. And I will be speaking in terms of non-dualistic philosophy, because I believe that Vedanta. Even when I use the word, I have just touched or just tasted what is it. And it has brought a significant change in my life. I used to wonder, I got introduced to this knowledge after I completed my post-graduation, after my MBA. I was wondering, I could have got this knowledge much, much before when I was in MBBS. It would have helped me in much a larger way. So that's where the gap I felt. That's where I made this mission, so that whatever knowledge I have gained, whatever has helped me, let me share with the universe. Let me share with the public. And if they are able to understand even a little, swalpamapi dharmasya rayate mahato bhayat. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita. Even little bit of understanding. There it is related to dharma. Here it is even little bit of understanding. A person can come out of significant fear, sorrow, worries. Right? So when I am saying two entities, if the student knows, gets introduced to the actual spirituality, ask this question. When the hears the teacher, reads from text, traditional text, yes, I am this infinite ocean of happiness that is pure consciousness. They may not directly experience, we don't expect also. And there is one more entity that is known as matter and energy. E is equal to mc square. Entire universe is matter and energy. Then the person is capable of understanding entire universe is a play of consciousness. Right? Then this physical body and mind that I am having, through which I am interacting with the world, materialistic world, is given to me. Is given to me. The thought changes. So far, oh, I am writing the exam, I am doing the job, I am earning. Ahankara and mamakara. This comes into picture, that causes worry. I am means I am limited being. When I am limited, then my actions are limited, results are limited. Oh, then there is fear. Whether I will succeed or not, whether I fail, how much salary I will get, whether I will be able to support my family. All those worries crops. I may not be able to do my work efficiently. I will not be able to focus on doing my work properly. These worries will crop in. And during the period when I have not yet received any job offer, no offer letter, and much more. Oh, what will happen tomorrow? How will I live? What was my reputation in the college? Now where am I? It so happens we have seen people,
It's
toppers in
true.
the colleges, they struggle a lot till they get the job. And somebody is okay, above average, suddenly gets a job. Is worry, comparison. So that is a natural phenomenon. We don't say abnormal, it's a natural phenomenon. But having this spiritual practice, spiritual knowledge, every day getting into this knowledge, reflecting on that, that is nididhyasanam. That helps to have a better understanding of the world. Everything is in order. Everything the person recognizes as a play of consciousness. There is a universal order. There is a universal intelligence which is determining the order. And my face is also in order. Everything is in order. Right? Once have that order, understanding that everything is in order and everything is matter and spirit, everybody, each one of us, myself, my surrounding, everything is pervaded by consciousness. Isha vasyamidam sarvam. That pure consciousness pervades. Then automatically the worry, anxiety level slowly comes down. Reckon, okay, this is a short phase I'm going through. I will do my best. I will play my role best to the best possible extent. So far, I was a student. Now I'm searching for a job aspirant. I'll put forth best of my efforts. Karmanyeva adhikaraste. That automatically comes. This is all interlinked. Once this thought process starts happening in the mind through the right kind of teacher, through this teaching, this thoughts comes in. Obviously, the student will have some worry, but he takes it positively. He or she takes it positively, and then able to do their work. Whatever has to be done. I need to apply for 10 jobs. Yes, I will do that. And I'll wait. I'll perform well in the interview. Let me get the offer. Right? So that is what happens. Right? All this body, physical body, intellect, mind is given to me to experience life. And everything is in order.
I
And
believe
I,
this discussion has a lot many thoughts going on within us because
yes,
when I'm listening to this, there is a very common saying, Aham Brahmasmi, which is a very, like we say, we I'm not attached to anything, but yeah, I'm doing it. And that's how you have conceived the whole discussion in that understanding. So I believe that whoever is listening it, they might correlate with their own perception of their learning in a spiritual area. It is not that something we are saying that this is only spiritual thing. You might correlate with any of the understanding in whole Vedas, non-dualism. There are so many things which are not explored till now. And might be we are the one who can take that pathway to explore that. So this is
Exactly.
one of the different session we can take to learn about consciousness. I think one session or whole discussion can be done on that consciousness also to explore what is consciousness.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like it's not an end. You have said that it's the beginning. It's a
Yeah,
beginning.
that's true.
So in the
So
entire universe, the universe is evolving. It is never static.
yes,
Start. We have a good purpose. You have started with this venture with a wonderful purpose, wonderful vision to help those who are having some suffering. And when we
definitely.
do this, whatever knowledge we have gained, it's not we keep to it to ourselves. Now today's world is wide open. World is a global village. We have so many communication, information communication technologies. And through that, if we reach people who are having some kind of suffering, if it is going to help, that's a significant service to the community and to our nation. And from our own culture, as you said, Vedas, yoga, these are
Yeah,
our own culture and tradition of Bharata. That's that gives immense joy to all of us who
to
are on
discuss.
this journey. Obviously, it will help those who are aspiring, and it brings joy to into their life. That itself is needed.
Yeah. So I believe to have these kind of experiences, one should know how to experience this also. So my next question would be to you is like, how could you suggest meditation practices, which is very easy, feasible for any individual to begin, that help alleviate feelings or loneliness when you begin or start your new job? I believe that this would be a landmark for everyone to understand that how meditation itself can create a differentiation in your life.
That's very relevant following this discussion. How do we
Yeah.
practice, right? So all the
Yes.
knowledge we have gained, then how to put it into practice, how to train my mind, because the entire thing is the play of mind, whatever
Yes.
we are discussing. So that's a very relevant here point that you have raised. So now again, when we discuss, again I look at the what is the meaning, what is the understanding of meditation, word meditation. So people, when I say meditation, many of my students they say sit silently, achieve a thoughtless state. Okay, somebody may say chant some mantra, nam nama japa. All these are fine, but if you actually understand what is meditation, meditation is not doing, it is being. There's one more teaching I received from my guru. What is this being? Aware of my true self always is the true meditation. Being aware of my true self always is the true meditation. And how can I be aware of my true self? Suddenly, if I say, tell you, become aware of yourself, it's not possible. The person doesn't know. Aware of myself. I say, Naveen, you become aware of yourself. Okay, I'm 5.7 feet, weighing 60 kgs. Is this what I need to be aware of? It's about aware of true self. That needs some kind of teaching in the beginning. Before we get into the actual practice, the student should learn. We say na theory and practice. The same applies here. When you're looking at spirituality and the associated with meditation, one should understand what is my true nature. So that is actually known as the Shravanam, the careful or the listening to this teaching. I can quote another definition, very wonderful definition given by one of the acharyas. I consider him as my guru, Swami Paramarthanandaji. Shravanam is consistent and systematic study of, in this I'm quoting with reference to the Vedantic studies, right? Consistent and systematic study of Vedantic scriptures under the guidance of a competent teacher or acharya for a length of time. I'll repeat how beautiful it is. Consistent and systematic study of Vedantic scriptures under the guidance of a competent teacher for a length of time. This is actually Shravanam. And again, we need not restrict this definition only to the Vedantic studies or the self-knowledge. Even if you have seen, during your graduation or your 10 plus 2, wherever, this Shravanam is important. If you see, if you are attentive to a competent teacher in your class and then you go back and read, it was very easy for you.
Hmm.
Rather, without listening, now people, some students make that mistake. They will not attend the class. Straight away going to, okay, मेरे पास ये किताब है, वो I have this material, sit and start, but it needs lot of effort. That's why the listening has been highly stressed. Without listening, then mananam, then reflection, then you go back swadhyaya, you do self-study. It's very easy. Reflect, you get doubts, then you clear. Then comes the phase of nididhyasana. Since I am into this, I'm just quoting all these references in relation to the non-dualistic teaching, but it can be applied to our regular life also. Okay, so once that is done, once my doubts are clear through the mananam or the reflection, then I get into the contemplation. That is nididhyasana. So here in non-dualistic, it is not stressed to attain the thoughtless state. That is not the purpose. When I say this, attaining thoughtlessness, yes, we have seen in certain practices, pranayama practices, at close, I attain the kumbhaka, breath. When I retain my breath, my thoughts will come down, and possibly slowly I can achieve thoughtless state. And that is temporary. As long as I am holding onto my breath, I'm able to achieve. Once I come back, same thought process. They said feelings of loneliness. Again, the person, what to do? I'm alone. There's nobody. That thought process comes up. Yes, for a short period, it is good. That will have some physical as well as mental health benefits. One has to do those practices. Here, when we say meditation, to overcome sense of loneliness.
So I believe,
Person.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel that that is required to understand throughout the discussion also. Okay, how
Yes.
that Shravanam, Mananam, Manan, and Nididhyasana. These are three components I believe that is required with everyone. Even if you're not in the professional life, if you're a student, you are a teacher, whoever you are, but you should have these three components every day with
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So now, for any person, everybody will not be able to understand to that level, advanced level. I'm starting from advanced level and then coming to another level where for a common man's understanding. If you have seen, I think you have gone through this Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna starts with the highest knowledge first in the second chapter, then slowly comes to the world,
you. Very
other
easy.
materials. Yes, very easy. Yes, yes. So for any person who is having this, oh, I'm alone, what to do? There, they feel they stop having that gratitude. Hence, they feel this loneliness. That's why having gratitude practice this can also be practiced in meditation, sitting silently, and then they can entertain the thoughts. Okay, today we are sitting on this. We have a beautiful laptop, internet connectivity, the softwares to interact, even though you are at a distance place, I am at a different place. Have some gratitude. Oh, wonderful. We're able to share knowledge. Discuss very important. Simple thing. Morning I wake up, I'm able to breathe. Even the Sadhguru says, when you wake up, you just see, observe, you're breathing. Wow, that's magic. Have gratitude. Air is available, oxygen is available, food is available, and all my known people in and around. So far, maybe the student might have moved to a different city, feeling lonely. Go back. The past experiences, my parents, my teachers, my institute, my friends, all those people who have helped me to reach this place. Have that gratitude. Thank you, expressing gratitude. Thank you, God, if they believe in God. or thank you, universe, universal energy. Thank you, my parents, my friends, my teachers, my institute. It need not be just humans, even animals, my pet dog, pets, and institute. Institute is all human resources, material, logistics, everything put together. That has helped me reach here. Expressing gratitude to the past and present. Maybe I'm searching, or if I got a job offer, started working, have that gratitude towards the new organization, the people there. Start getting connected, even though you are yet to get connected with them. There is initially there is a they use the term social distancing. In COVID also we had encountered that term, right? They take time to get adjusted to the new place, new people. Just express gratitude. Whoever offered you the job, and they are providing the money, monthly salary, so that you can sustain your life, you can support your family. And the new environment, new city, people, there also people are there. Same matter and energy is same. Only the name and forms are different. Softwares are different. Having that gratitude, just get connected through heart. Even before you connect through words or communication, connect through heart. It opens up your heart. You feel light. And again, the loving kindness meditation. Love everything. Easily say, easy. These things are like easy to say, but it takes time to practice. But it is possible. There are preliminary processes. Possibly, I request you in future we can have some practical
Definitely,
sessions.
we should do it.
How we can help the people in practicing these kind of meditation techniques. That's a wonderful thing, right? Having gratitude meditation, loving kindness meditation, and through this spiritual knowledge or the non-dualistic knowledge, seeing that Ekameva Advityam Brahma, I'm alone only. The pure consciousness pervades, and these names and form are just playing. With that, you feel a sense of wow inside your heart, recognizing the magic of the universe. That loneliness slowly comes to. You just get connected to this. Again, nowadays, there are a lot of research is going on. Many people, many coaches are employing this law of attraction, energy healing. Always, universe is energy. So, through entertaining those thoughts in meditation, we start getting connected with the like-minded people. That's where one can slowly overcome that loneliness, right? And slowly, with this thought process, definitely there will be a team. We interact. We don't expect everybody to be on the same page, everybody to be spiritual, everybody to be having this understanding. But once I am having, I can interact them very objectively without any presumption. That helps. So like this one, just in a simple message, having a gratitude practice every day, and number two, having practicing this gratitude and loving kindness meditation. And of course, one more important tip I would like to give to students: this book, uh, The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, and another is the same author has written The Magic. For me, I consider the book Secret is the theory part of it, and the Magic book is the practice part, practical. So I would recommend these two books to all those students who are yet to graduate, who are in the study period, and those who have completed, preparing for their job interviews, competitive exams. This is very essential, because through that we understand the universe, how the universe operates. Because this is often not taught in your schools or colleges. How we get connected with the universe. That is essential. That somewhere we do not know, whatever might be the reason. Somewhere during our course, professional degree courses, we lose that connection with the universe. Feel dry. To overcome that, these two books strongly recommend. Go through this, very simple, easy, and Magic is a 28 days practice book. Once they do this every day in the morning, maybe just spare around 30 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes. Do this over a period of time. Definitely, there will be a significant change in the thought process. They can overcome this feeling of loneliness.
So, sir, it brings so many thought process. So, I have loved one part of the discussion is you said when you wake up in the morning or woke up in the morning, you say just observe your breathing. And in Hatha Yoga, it is very small saying says that chale vate, chale chittam, nishchalam, nishchalam. So it's a very good saying says that we all are connected with that. In just observing that process itself, it's a learning or a key to start meditation. You do not have to go so far, do not have to struggle yourself, but start with yourself with just observing your breath. Because that is a key to start your journey in energy, prana, chakra. So definitely this has brought many things. Now, I would like to ask you kind of a questions which is now related to meditation only, that how can anyone like me also that integrate yoga into daily practices, and what are the practices like which yoga pose or meditation techniques are best suited for easing the stress while you are in the professional journey?
Hmm. So when we say this yoga practice, often the modern understanding, it is linked with postures, breathing practices, and meditation. Three common things which we often see. Wherever you say, whatever yoga school you see, whatever the posts that they're creating or the contents, it's mainly focusing on these three aspects: postures, and some are into various vinyasa yoga, hatha yoga, advanced postures, then pranayama, and then meditation. We need to understand, yeah, being a yoga practitioner as well as a, yeah, yoga and naturopathy doctor, you know, yoga is beyond this. When you look at Patanjali Yoga Sutra, the Ashtanga Yoga, it starts with yama niyama, right? The right kind of living, do's and don'ts in our life. Most important. As I can see, this is very much essential. Understand the philosophy, do's and don'ts, that will define our mindset. That will define my stress levels. Again, if I'm practicing truthfulness, non-stealing, right contentment, yama, niyama, asanas, yama, niyamas. So many of these disturbances, mental disturbances, can be automatically brought to a reasonably controllable, manageable. Next is, since we need to cater to the taste of the modern society as well, when you ask about the specific practices, yes, whenever there is stress, um, again, we need to look at what kind of individual the person is. Whether the person is tamasic or the lazy, or the person is rajasic, too much anxiousness, too much restlessness, or more towards sattva. Mostly, when we speak of stressful, highly stressed individuals, they fall into this rajasic or very active category of people. And for a tamasic, lazy person, in yoga also it is said the purpose of yoga is
Break the
the human
laziness.
evolution. Yes,
Yeah.
human evolution from laziness to activity, becoming an active person, then from activity to knowledgeable or an intelligent person. That is moving from tamasic, progression from tamasic to rajasic
Right.
level, rajas predominance, and from rajas to sattva predominance. So that is the purpose of yoga. So accordingly, we need to design. Accordingly, we need to suggest the specific yogic practices or the asana and pranayama practices. A person who is lazy, for that, I should not suggest, okay, directly you sit in, or you are having some stress in the office, you go and meditate. Close your eyes in the morning, wake up at 6:30 or 7, whatever, you close your eyes. That person will be very happy because tamasic. The moment the person closes the eyes, we do not know whether the person is meditating or sleeping. And so far, we don't have an equipment. Maybe we have to go for advanced methods where we can detect the brain activity, but it is not. I will not discuss about. So for that kind of a person, we need to give more of dynamic practices, more dynamic, fast practices, so that we can shatter their laziness, and then the person can become active. There is increased blood flow, increased energy flow. The person feels, yes, I need to be working. So once that process is brought in, yes, the person is quite active. And it so happens that when the person is active, it is possible that the person becomes overactive. That is also cause of stress. Speed, again, in yoga shastra it is said, speed is again the cause of stress. Then we need to focus on calming down, gentle stressors, holding the position, holding the particular posture for a length of time. Prayatna Shaitilyat Ananta Samapatibhyam. Patanjali Yoga, Patanjali Maharshi says, Yoga Sutra. So through effort, you achieve a particular posture, and in that posture, maintaining that easily, effortlessly, you think of the ultimate or the infinite nature, Ananta Samapati. Right? So this process, and in that we can slowly add different pranayama practices which can calm down the mind, like Nadi Shuddhi pranayama, and then Brahmari, so that we can slowly come down, bring down the increased activity. There will be increased sympathetic arousal. Through certain practices, you try to balance this autonomic nervous system. So this becomes more medical, technical towards medical sciences. Anyhow, so we need to calm down. As an individual who is very active, sometimes they become aggressive. We need to calm down. We should teach them calming down practices. And then obviously the meditation, final part. Too much of restlessness, too much of thinking, depending on their faith, depending on their belief system, you can start with mantra japa, which can also help in calming down, which can help in concentration. And a person who says my focus is disturbed because of my work, too much stress, again focusing practices. One of that is Jyoti Trataka, A exercises. These can be recommended. Yeah.
So I believe, sir, we have covered so many points and we have understand the process and how it is happening, why it is happening, and how to deal with that. But again, as an evolved human being or in the digital era, we have an excuse to everything. Okay, we are very busy. We do not have so much time to engage us. And that is very common. You might see in your clinical practice too. So my last question to you regarding that only, that how all these practices help us who feels isolated, disconnected to find balance in their life, and how they can stay and manage their hectic schedule or hectic work day to alleviate these kind of stressors and combat all these challenges in their everyday life.
Yes. Again, when you say people feel disconnected, feel isolated, yoga is all about connection. Yujyate anena iti yoga.
Yoga.
Right? So there they speak of highest connection, that is from Jivatma to Paramatma. So we will not discuss that entity here because our student needs some practical tips which they can adopt in their life. Right? So when I say this connection, yoga and all these spiritual practices, meditation practices is about integrating the personality. What happens is, as a student, we often encounter, we have also gone through the same phase. Student is saying something, what we will be doing? They have assigned some work. You do this work. Possibly they may have given some task or homework. We say in front of the teacher, we say, okay, okay. So will you be able to do it tonight? We say, we nod our head, everything. But inside the mind, what is going on? I to nahi karunga. I will not do. There's the disconnect. Mind is thinking something, my actions are something else. There is no yoga. So first and foremost, the purpose is connecting this thought process with the bodily actions. That is the first phase of yoga. Most of the times we are disconnected, isn't it? We have all gone through this phase. Even at homes, my father is saying something, I nod head, my actions are different. Inside we'll be thinking something. Or we might be having very, what do you say, strict teacher. In front of the strict teacher, we are all like, okay, yes, Ji Huzur. Yes, madam. Yes, sir. But behind that was, we have experienced that. Right? First is yoga is about connecting this. My thought, words, and deeds. Thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment. Most important. Bringing that alignment is this yoga. And how to do that? Follow the process. Always follow the 8 limbs yoga or whatever that has been taught, how to adapt, how to change, right? Then this yoga also, the concept of yoga, when we delve deep into it, it also teaches us what is my ultimate purpose. How should I align myself? So that is a significant fact. And even when we approach this posture, yoga asanas, they say it is not just mechanical doing. Okay, they ask me to do Surya Namaskar, I start 10 steps. Do it. No, they ask us to coordinate breathing and be aware of the postures, what is happening in each posture. There they teach us to align, be in that yoga. Your mind is focused on your activity, you are mindful. Whatever posture you are in, you are maintaining that. Whatever breathing movement, you are focusing on that. There is an alignment. So now the next question is, do you have time? I don't
Yeah.
have time.
Yeah.
I
So
don't have
how
time.
do you how do you say to current generation that 10 minutes of your day also is enough for your
Yes,
at least to motivate yourself to be in that path?
yes. So here I say one is uh, how I have made my shaped my habits in my life. Nobody can say I don't have time to maintain my health, both physical and mental. And again, one more thing is through these practices, my efficiency will increase. That has to be driven. People say I don't have time, but office, when they go to the office, they are unable to perform well because they may be feeling dull. Maybe after 3 4 hours, the energies are low. They don't know how to again activate themselves. Right? The habits it should start early in life. Even simple practices in the morning. We don't recommend to do the advanced postures for all. It's not recommended. Whatever is suitable for my body. I might be having some physical problem. Then accordingly, we need to give some custom-made practices. Simple stretching, most important is stretching. Because these days, as I said, we are all working on the laptops, we might be sitting long. Sitting is the new smoking. Sit long hours, 5 hours, 8 hours. In fact, you don't believe me, I sit for long hours here in my office. So I need to do some practice. One is morning, quick, once you wake up from the bed, we need some stimulation the body and mind, dynamic practices. Maybe just start with just simple warm up and do some Surya Namaskar, few rounds of Surya Namaskar, Kapalabhati. Then, if I'm sitting in the office, they say there's no time. Office में मैं घंटा भर बैठा रहता हूँ. I'm sitting for 2 hours, 3 hours continuously. I don't get time to get up. No problem. Chair yoga. We have chair yoga, workplace yoga.
Yes.
Again, we can come out with the modules later on. We can continue the discussion. Simple stretching. After, say, for example, you might be aware of this Pomodoro technique. They say
Yeah.
you can, whenever you are doing work, focus on the work, do the work intensely for 20 to 25 minutes. After every 20 to 25 minutes, take 5 minutes break. Just one. Okay. Some people even say, tell me, sir, it's not possible to take break every 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Okay. 1 hour you have completely worked, maybe 50 minutes or 55 minutes. Then 5 minutes. You just gently just get up. No need to look at your boss. Getting up and stretching. Inhalation with proper inhalation, stretching and exhalation. That is fine. Maybe 5 rounds, inhalation and exhalation, and just stretching, twisting the spine with breathing, slow and gentle stretches. And sometimes, if you are on empty stomach condition, just you can practice Kapalabhati. If you are stressed, too much stress, too many thoughts, practice Nadi Sodham sitting on the chair. Don't have to have a mat. Many places, many of the offices, they don't have space. There is a space constraint. Sitting on the chair, you are given this pose, this space, you practice. And Brahmari, little difficult because other members are there. Now again, these are simple things which can be done in 5 minutes. I'm sitting continuously, gently stretch. I'm having some kind of some catch here. Stretch, just rotate the wrist with breathing, gentle movements. So simple things, simple shoulder shrugging, multiple practices are there to suit individual requirements. Right? Again, uh, certain workplaces, certain offices, they can speak. If the individual is working, they can go to their management or the manager. They can ask, like, we can have a small group at the end of every 1 hour or 2 hours. Maybe every 1 hour may not be feasible. At the end of 2 hours, usually they take a coffee break, a tea break. Instead of that, yoga break. Some offices have introduced that. So for just 15 minutes, they go there, simple stretches, breathing, come back. You feel rejuvenated. These are all possibilities. Where there is a will, there is a way. You should bring, my health is important. You should project, if I am healthy, if my employees are healthy, the organization can grow well. It will be able to achieve its objectives. So such mindset, such team spirit, having such like-minded group, like-minded community, and also we should know how to persuade the management to have such yoga breaks is what it matters. And it is possible, right? So simple practices, yes, it's been proved. Now, if you have seen, so far the yoga modules were developed for 45, 50 minutes or 60 minutes. Slowly people are reducing it. How can we reduce it? Can we have a 20 minutes yoga module? So people are thinking even in the module and the scientific community is quite difficult, challenging to develop such things, get the approval, validate, and all those things. But simple practice from personal experiences, definitely 3, 4 practices at the end of 1 hour can be done easily. Yes, that will definitely help.
So I believe, sir, today it's not in kind of a session where we have learned so much, but it is like interviewing many factors that how we should take care of ourselves. And it is same with everyone's life that everyone go through these phases. It is not that one person is suffering with loneliness, or one person is having that change in the shift. It's everyone in the community have the same perception. Somebody has trained enough in the childhood so they can take care. Somebody is trained enough in professional life so they can take care. Those who have missed out, they might go down in this phase and then they have to learn how to approach it. So I believe, sir, today's session has given me so many opportunities to discuss with you once again. There's so many topics coming in my mind that consciousness, how to practice is, practical tips. So there are so many things which we can correlate with this particular thing and explore, which is very unexplored as of now till today. I can say that nobody talk about a person who is doing a job, living alone in a home, and how he stays throughout the day, except the professional life there is another life called personal life where the physical mental health is there, which is not yet discussed. And I believe this session will bring out some ignition in them to start a new chain in them. So I'm
Absolutely.
so happy to have this session and would be connecting with you again and again with some new and new challenges and how our society is facing. And your mission can be go align with us also to bring out new ideas to reach out students, to reach out professionals, doctors, teachers, lawyers, every people. It's not very constricted to one kind of people. So I believe, sir, it's a very learning experience from a senior person like you to learn such things. And thank you so much once again for sparing your so much of time with all of us. Thank you, sir.
So really, another thing is I would like to thank you also. So your journey and your vision and mission of your organization, how you are bringing up and trying to help people, young budding professionals, and all those who are encountering some issues, some challenges with your organization, own your growth. That is the dictum. It's not that every time I need to depend on some organization or something, even though it is a majority of us do that. How I can own my growth, not only in financial aspects, but multiple aspects,
Yes,
physical, mental, social, financial.
sure.
Yes, that is also important component in life. But yes, I need to own my growth. All my growth, I need to own. I become accountable. With that, I'm really happy to get connected with you, Dr. Bhavik, and your organization. I'm really feeling so much of passionate towards this area and the mission you are taking up. So as you said, we are getting somewhere aligned in our thought process and the way we would like to serve the universe. Again, we are all servants of universe, so
Yes.
we keep serving. And when we have this kind of attitude and we jump into action, the universe will support us. Somebody
So I
said,
believe,
yeah,
yeah, so this goes aligned with one of the ending prayer we do is Sarve Bhavantu. So I believe
yes,
we end our session by chanting this
exactly,
prayer,
exactly,
where we pray for everyone, not for ourselves. And that's the whole motto of this session also.
exactly,
So,
exactly.
so I would request you, sir, to begin this and we will end our session with this prayer.
Sure. Maybe along with this survey Bhavantu, two more prayers I'll be adding.
Sure,
Whatever
sure.
our teachers have said, Asatoma and then Purnamada. With that,
Yes,
we can stop. And of course, as you said, we'll carry this endeavor further, where we come out with simple,
practical challenge.
practical tips, maybe which is focusing on specific problems, which
Yes,
this category of students or the early career professionals are facing, and the job aspirants are facing. Right? Yes. Good. Thank you so much, and I thank
thank you,
all
sir.
your audience as well. So we'll close with the closing prayer. So Sarve Bhavantu. I'll be chanting. You can follow through or you can listen. Sit comfortably. Keep your back and neck erect. Gently close your eyes. Have a beautiful smile on your face. We thank the universe for this wonderful opportunity to get this knowledge, and we pray for the universal well-being and health. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Feel the vibrations of these prayers in your entire body and into your mind, with a tremendous attitude of gratitude to the entire universe and all the people, all the teachers, all the universal energy for supporting this particular session. Thank you. With this feeling of attitude of gratitude, having a beautiful smile on your face, gently open your eyes. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So we close this, stop recording.
Sure.